I think everything is good. All right, so I think if you guys want, we can start the podcast.
Sure, I'm good anytime.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. All right. Okay, starting now. Hello, everyone. My name is Daitomodachi, and I hope you have a wonderful day and night. And welcome to episode 3 of the DaiCast, where we talk about the latest developments in anime video game. Here with me today are my 3 hosts, GaoGaiKingTheGreatVA.
Hey, what's up? How's it going, guys?
Carter Box.
Yes.
10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Best opening. And Gammalad.
Hey everybody, it's Gammalad, and I'll never change that intro.
It's your boy.
It's your boy, Gammalad.
No.
Jeez.
Yes. I'm gonna...
God.
Oh, God. Anyway, and our guest host for this podcast is rising superstar Liam. Good to have you here, man.
Hey there. Thanks for inviting me out. Seriously, it's like super nice of you. I totally wasn't expecting it, and it was like a nice surprise. Well,
a lot of us here have been fans of you for quite some time now, so we really wanted you on the podcast, man. You're doing us an honor.
Glad to hear it. No, seriously, it's my pleasure.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's like the anime guy from the Best Friends while back. Oh, what's he doing here now?
All right.
Boy.
As usual, I'll ask my hosts how was their month, talk about some gaming and anime topics, take some questions from the live stream audience, and end the podcast by talking about what we're doing in August. Before we talk about how was everyone's month, I'd like to announce that the DaiCast is now on iTunes and Stitcher.
Ooh.
Yay.
Hey.
Yeah.
So,
It's official now.
yeah, it's super official now.
We them boys.
And you gave me
Sponsor us!
flack for you.
Crunchyroll, please.
Crunchyroll, please. Miles, I'm sorry for all the bad things I've said. Please sponsor us.
Can I have a free account, please?
So anyway, I'm gonna put the links to both the iTunes and the Stitcher account in both Twitch and YouTube chat. Hopefully they work. I hope they work because
Worked.
And when your guys walking, doing something, eating, listen to us in the background when we're going nuts. I was gonna say nonce. What?
Nonce. Close enough.
Nonsense.
Nonce. Yeah,
We're
nuts
discussing
and
nonce.
Yeah, there you go.
Trust me, we're going to talk about certain nuts in this podcast.
We're talking about our favorite nuns.
Nuns. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Anyway, so please be sure to look for us there. So let's talk about what we did in July. Gammalad, how was July for you, man?
Very busy, actually, for me. I didn't have much planned for July, but I got a lot of stuff I had to review in July, such as Splatoon 2, Hey Pikmin, and Miitopia. So it's been kind of nuts for me.
How was Hey Pikmin? I want to hear about it.
I can't discuss that until tomorrow at 11 a.m.
Ah, darn. I'm so excited to play it. Seriously, that's awesome.
My little plug. Check out my review tomorrow morning at 11 a.m.
Hey, there's the plug.
Nice. nice. Okay, Box, how was July for you, man?
Pretty boring, honestly. I've just sat at home playing video games and ruining my sleeping schedule.
Hey, at least you're playing Splatoon. I'm happy for you.
Yeah, finally. I skipped the first one completely.
I'm disappointed.
That must be really fun now to come in just on the second one. It's like so improved from the first, so that's a real good experience.
It's really fun,
can
actually.
never go back, honestly. I tried, and it was like, no, I missed the Pro Controller sensitivity.
And here I am still waiting to get a Switch.
Soon,
One day.
They
One day.
restocked recently, so you might have a better chance now.
Yeah, I saw a bunch like in the wild on Amazon.
Yeah.
One from Norway.
I should buy all 20 and sell them back, but I didn't.
Man,
And
you
for-
scumbag.
And,
I didn't do it.
Capitalism.
and for my corporate plug, GameStop has many open for pre-order right now.
Ooh.
Gammalad, wait, Gammalad. Is GameStop next to you right now? Force you to do that plug, Gammalad.
My boss may or may not be on the phone
Nuggets!
right now asking me to come to work early.
Run away, Box. Jesus.
Nice.
Oh my god.
We're even, what, 5 minutes in now? I already brought this in.
Nice. Cool. Gal, what happened in July for you, man?
A lot. Well, voice acting gigs online has been good so far. I came back from Anime Expo, I guess, like 2 weeks ago at this point now. It was a lot of fun. bringing over my friend Sir Pello and a bunch of others. I actually met up with shout out to my band Charles C. Bernardo, an animator on Splatoon and Nintendo content. So hopefully we'll be collabing soon. And I'm just getting back in track of my channel to doing a bunch of Splatoon content all over again, voice acting wise. So.
Nice.
And I already found the perfect Pearl and Marina voice actors,
Ooh.
so it's already going by wonderful.
Nice,
Hey.
nice. I actually,
Yeah.
I think I listened to your latest comment dub with Pearl. Just,
Yeah.
oh man.
You know what's funny? What gets me the most is that people's like, why does Pearl have a P90? Have you checked the single player trailers lately?
I'm just surprised there's a P90 in general.
Yeah, I know.
It's like startlingly close looking to a real P90. Like
a real fucking gun. It's a
wish.
game of Splatoon.
Mhm.
What else can you say?
Better make it orange.
Yep.
Better make it orange. There you
Okay.
go. But yeah,
All right.
so far so good. This month has been great. A lot of surprises. A lot of people I've met back in Anime Expo, especially some of the reveals, which we'll be talking about later.
Mhm.
But other than that, this month is. Oh yeah, my birthday's not that far away on the 28th, so I'm looking forward to that as well.
Oh, nice, nice.
Yeah.
Cool, cool.
That is gonna be. Yeah, I'm gonna go out somewhere to eat in New York City because it's been a hell of a great month.
Oh,
Happy for you, dude.
nice.
Thanks, man.
Hope you party your ass off, man. Sounds like it's gonna be a
Hell
blast.
yeah, I will. Thanks.
Nice. And then finally, Liam, what popped in July for you?
like straight up back-to-back conventions. I had too many games and Anime Expo back-to-back. Too many games actually was in June, but like last weekend, so whatever. And then it was my birthday, so I was busy that next weekend. So it was like the first 2 weeks of the month were just nonstop, and I just didn't have time to do anything.
Oh.
But otherwise, like I've been like tearing through Ever Oasis because I want to finish it before Hey Pikmin comes out. That's been really good. Super under the radar game that I think people should look at. If you're into Harvest Moon or Rune Factory, then I think Ever Oasis is like super right up your alley. It's really, really polished too. It's by the guys who did the Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask 3DS remakes. So like it's real quality.
Nice.
From the little I got to play of it, it does remind me a lot of the Bokujo series, and that just really made me want to play it a lot more.
Yeah, exactly. And that I mean, that was what really got me into it. Definitely, it's like a bit shallower. They don't focus so much on the like the not min-maxing, but like the minutia. There's a lot of tools that you get throughout the game that like let you streamline those aspects. So like you can like auto stock all your stores at once instead of having to do it like one by one and stuff like that. So it's it definitely takes a lot of influence from those games, but they kind of add their own layers on top of it. And the combat's good. It's different from Rune Factory. It's got its own thing going. I really dug it.
Wow.
So like, yeah, that was good. And I guess, yeah, Splatoon 2 has been taking up my time since it came out on Friday.
Amen.
Yeah.
Nice.
Amen.
Yeah, I've been
already-
playing. Sorry, go ahead.
I've been nonstop on the story mode and on both the online play for too long. I need to stop.
All right,
I've been
now I
getting
gotta ask,
stomped in
what
multiplayer by everyone.
what are your hours now?
I lost track.
I think I'm at about 50 at this moment.
Consider...
In
Oh, go ahead.
Splatoon 2, I'm probably like approaching 20 hours, but most of it's in Salmon Run, honestly.
Oh,
so-
Salmon Run is great.
Yeah,
Hmm.
but the rhythm game is like the best part of Splatoon 2. It's fucking bananas. Like I've played it so much. I have all perfects on like normal difficulty, and I need to go back for hard. But hard is like it's no joke. It's a really well crafted rhythm game. Like actually, really
How have I
comparable
missed
to like
this? I
Taiko no
did not know
Tatsujin.
this rhythm game.
Yeah, it right next to the building called the Shoal where you can do the local multiplayer.
Oh, so it's
Right.
exactly where it would make sense to be, huh?
Yeah, right next to it, there's a few arcade cabinets outside. You can interact with one of them, and if you just hit the minus button while you're listening to a song, you can play the rhythm game.
It's funny how it
Nice.
has
Nice.
it's like a Dance Dance Revolution and a Vocaloid like machine.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And it plays a lot like Taiko no Tatsujin, and it's like pretty comparable in quality actually. So I highly recommend it if you haven't checked it out.
Nice.
it'll be fun.
Nice. All right, for me, so I didn't really do a lot this month. I just went to see Spider-Man: Homecoming, which there was actually one funny thing that happened. And I thought I disabled that. Okay, that was weird. Sorry about that. Anyway, Steam Alert came out. Anyway, I went to see Spider-Man Homecoming. And there was this one funny thing that happened while I was watching the movie. So, mild spoilers. So, Spider-Man was doing something and his friend was helping, and his teacher is like, the teacher was spotted his friend, and the teacher asks, well, what are you doing? And the friend's like, I'm watching porn. And then, I was sitting next to a family, like a father, son, and daughter. The father tugged the son tugged his father and asked, Daddy, what's porn? And the father just said, well, son, porn is the name of a character you used to watch back in the old days. And I was just snickering my ass off.
You know what? Yeah. He's not wrong.
He's not wrong.
I guess that's not the kind of talk you want to have in the movie.
Wait, did he say that the dad was explaining?
Yeah, the dad said, well, son, that's the name of an old character we used to watch back in the old days.
Now the character is called Hentai.
Anyway.
When you get older, son. When you get older.
Yep. Anyway, so I went to see Spider-Man Homecoming. I had my t-shirt sales, which did pretty well. In fact, I donated some of the money to the Brandywine Valley SPCA because they had a fire. Some of the money to Kitten Rescue because Kara Buckland actually recommended me to donate to it, and then best friends.
I want to say you sound like a fucking angel right now, donating money to a fire at an abandoned animal shelter. Like, holy shit. The animal shelter's on fire. Like, holy shit, that's awful.
Nice.
Throw money on it.
Yes. Yeah. Sorry.
Anyway, sorry to cut you off. Go ahead.
It's no problem. So donate money to the Ken Rescue, Best Friends, Animal Society, and the Brandywine Valley because they had a nasty fire. They're still trying to get themselves back together, so I tried to donate some money to help them out. Then let's see, anything else? Then I played some Crash Bandicoot, which we'll talk about later on the podcast, and that's pretty much it.
Awesome.
All right.
Yep. Okay.
Transitions, what are they?
Nice. Okay.
Now to the gaming anime topic discussion.
Oh yeah, we have a lot to talk about, especially with our interesting person, Alex Marler. Okay, where to start? If you guys didn't know, Alex Marler is some sort of famous chiptune composer. I'm unfamiliar with her work. She was responsible for the music for a game called Star Mazer. Sad to say, when Alex Marler disagreed with the amount she was promised, instead of, lowering up, she decided to issue DCMA strikes against YouTubers who had the game and the game's OSC in their videos. And it doesn't stop there. She also composed the music for River City Ransom Underground. When she had a disagreement with that game developer, she issued more DMCA strikes against YouTubers playing the game, and actually managed to get the game removed from Steam. Apparently, she did this so that, quote-unquote, YouTube creators can complain to the creator so that way they can get it resolved. And it doesn't end there. She also uploaded the Star Mazer soundtrack on Bandcamp for $1,000.
It's it's just unfortunate because it's come to light that she has no legal standing for any of this, and the contracts cover well enough. But ultimately, like, there are so many holes in how these systems work that she can abuse here, that she is causing real damage to some of these smaller developers, and it's just really shitty. And it's clear that she's having some mental health problems, so I hope she can get that taken care of. But boy, this is not kosher behavior.
It's not.
It
hits home for me, especially because we actually almost reviewed River City Ransom. That review was supposed to go up a few weeks ago, but due to scheduling, we had to push it. And I'm just like, wow, I do not want to be involved in that.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, she's in custody now, and hopefully that's the last time we hear from her. But it just shows that despite the fact YouTube is a little more than 10 years old, it still has a serious issue with the copyright system and people abuse the hell out of it.
Oh,
No,
I can tell a quick story about that right now. Actually, it just happened to me recently.
Oh, do tell.
What happened with me? So about 2 years ago, I reviewed Persona 4 Dancing All Night. A person downloaded the soundtrack of the game, uploaded the soundtrack onto Amazon, and claimed it as her own copyright. then she sponsored herself with a third-party company that deals with the copyrights and stuff. And then they content ID'd all my Persona 4 Dancing All Night videos in my review.
I had this happen to me as well with a Chinese MCN on YouTube whose LPers had their video let me back that whole sentence up. Some of my videos were flagged for copyright because it contained content that some of their LPers had put up, but it was just that we were playing the same games. It was fucking gross. Like, shit, man, that kind of shit should be totally banned. But hey, I can't imagine how you're supposed to police this shit with the sheer quantity of videos that go up every day. But I hope they can do a slightly better job in the future.
Yeah, what I had to do was I had to contact my PR contact at Atlas and have him sort it out, and that's something both of us didn't want to spend our mornings doing.
You know, I think it would just be really nice if they could at least like mitigate some of the punishment process as opposed to the automated like 3 strikes you're out. It would be really nice if they had 3 strikes and then we have an employee look at it and contact the party, you know. Like that would still be a lot of work, but you could hire 2 people for that and you could save a whole lot of headaches when shit like Team 4 Star's channel going down happens, you know.
Actually, do you know about speaking of DMCA, did you know what happened in Anime Expo with Team 4 Star?
Yeah, I was there in person, and when I was doing a signing at their table, they showed me their fucking documents. But if you want to tell the story, go ahead. It's fucking incredible.
Oh, it's so dumb. Well, I wouldn't say dumb, but it's very 50-50. But basically what happened was that in the booth, they were somehow, I think it was either Bandai Namco or somebody.
It was Toei.
It was Toei Animation that gave them a DMCA notice at their booth because one of their T-shirts had a copyright for one of their custom characters they did in Dragon Ball Xenoverse that they do one of their LPs was copyrighted, and they were cease and desist at the booth, I believe.
Yeah, well, I spoke to Taka about it, so to shed a few more details, because I don't know how much he put out publicly, but like what's talkable is like the Toei guys came to the booth in person with a physical document telling them you gotta stop this shit, and specifically their I Am the Hype shirt, which you can look up online. The Toei guys alleged that was stolen art, which it is not stolen art. It's original art. It's like a transformative work. And so to make things go better, they stopped selling it for the con. You know, they just took it off, whatever. But it's frivolous. Like, it's frivolous and it's upsetting.
Did you hear?
It's a shame, but
go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say it's a shame, but like it's unfortunate. We all know at this point that it's just fucking 80-year-old Japanese granddads who are sending these things out. Like, if you remember recently on YouTube, there was a Great Ace Attorney English translation someone had put up, and like specifically, like it was noted that the person who DMCA'd it specifically was an 82-year-old man on Capcom's board of directors. Like, it was trackable to the person's name, and it was like, oh my god, literally a grandpa did this. Fortunately, they went back up, but it's just a shame that Japanese granddads are hovering over our media like this.
It was also extremely ironic because a lot of us Ace Attorney fans were actually excited for that because we thought, does that mean they're localizing it?
Of course.
Yeah.
I mean, the only thing that would be on Team 4 Star's end that was kind of how they treated it was like when they put it as a tweet, and then I think Lanny Pator had to make an apology video to Toei about the what he did on Twitter. Hopefully they said it.
Yeah. It was not professional, but boy, getting it in person at the event like that, like I was fucking laughing along with them when I saw it at the event. Like I can't blame them, but yeah, I mean, good on Lanny for apologizing anyway. So
yeah, good on him at least. But yeah, that was ridiculous.
Yeah,
especially if it's like if it's not that if it doesn't look any different, I guess in their eyes, that means well, that's DMCA for some reason.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
It's a very good continuation off that. I gotta say, holy shit, people abusing copyright. Yeah,
I know. Like one little thing, it's something else. I can DMCA take it down immediately, even though it's not really that much of a a rip.
I'm just surprised there's no repercussions for issuing false DMCAs yet. That's the thing that kind of grinds my gears.
Yeah, it's definitely pro company in that regard. But
the reason why there is no repercussions is more so to do with the fact that the DMCAs that YouTube does are not legally binding. So there's no true repercussion because it's just the DMCA takedowns are just a adherence to the DMCA takedown law. You're not legally required to take it down.
Right, and YouTube just removes it from their site, and there's no actual legal action. It's just because it's a private site. They just that makes a whole lot of sense.
But it kind of we would think so. YouTube would then say, okay, if you're going to keep doing this, then you can't issue DMCAs for X amount of time.
Right. But I think go ahead, Gal.
I think this reminds me of whether it's still intact of the YouTube Heroes bullshit they were doing a while back.
Is that still up?
No, I think that died in the fire it spawned.
People were really down on it. I think it was a neat idea, but
but you say that, but I feel like technically it's still kind of happening because of the DMCA abuse. So it's like it's just trying to like let it out there more. But now that they stopped it, that doesn't mean that people can still put DMCAs regardless.
Basically, the YouTube Heroes is just a YouTube endorsed DMCA.
Much.
Yeah, I like the notion of it. Like, I think on paper it's a fun idea where it's like, okay, you can have trusted users who have a bit more power than regular users to help enforce stuff. But yeah, the amount of things people pointed out about how people could fuck stuff up by abusing their power kind of did make it seem not so great. But like on paper, the intention was. It was neat, at least, but
like as a reviewer, if I were to review a game poorly that a YouTube hero liked, and he didn't like me for that review, he could probably take down my channel if those tiers were as powerful as they said they were.
Yeah, and that's why on paper I think it was a cool. You get the right people who can be impartial about stuff, then that's great. They just get to expand their coverage, which is like fucking desperately needed, But then, you get those people who can fuck up channels because they feel like it, and you got a problem. So I think it's hard to find people who can be completely impartial on stuff, like on all matters. Seeing as I don't think they would get heroes status for like only gaming videos or only sports videos or whatever. I think they would get it universally. So that's kind of difficult to cover. Yeah.
Man, you think of a multi-billion-dollar corporation like Google, they could hire about 100 people to police this type of stuff.
I think 100 people is not enough to police YouTube.
I think that's a tough thing, because I totally agree. Like 100 people would be great. That'd be a fucking good start. But yeah, like the quantity is just it's barely measurable. But 100 would be so much better than 0. I completely agree.
That is completely true. But it'll take some time, and besides, I don't think 100 people is enough to police through. What is it? A million videos uploaded per day? Is it more than that?
A worldwide international thing,
Yeah.
And even then, I'm sure the priority would be on not the stuff we give a shit about.
Yeah, like it would, or it's 100 people looking at the DMCA claims. Just that alone, that would be the perfect start.
Because I do believe the figure is like much higher than you just quoted for how many things are uploaded. Let me just trying to get a stat here. 300 hours of video are uploaded to YouTube every minute.
Ooh.
Like it's not even touchable. Like
DSP, calm down.
Yeah. Hey, he puts in the work, man. He puts in the work.
Them servers, man. They just keep growing.
All right. Okay. So let's talk about Castlevania.
Yeah.
Transition.
So I believe we talked about it in the first podcast, and to be honest, I had low expectations for it, but I watched it and it was surprisingly good. Like
I went in with no info, and it was really fun, actually.
It was pretty fucking amazing. I liked the first episode, I liked the second episode, like the third episode, and then the fourth episode I liked, but it just ended so abruptly. Like I was like, okay, time for episode 5, and then nope, no more shows.
Yeah,
That was it.
I remember reading that it was supposed to be a movie, and it got kind of just scuttled into these 4 episodes. And it's pretty clear that it's meant to be at least 2 movies to finish the sequence. I'd imagine 2 minimum, because yeah, it just kind of feels like an intro more than anything. It's like
It does.
it's like a bit. I hesitate to even say it's more than a prologue, but nonetheless, the quality is there. Like it's really good. I really liked it a lot. So
Yeah. And did you guys hear about all the projects that this Castlevania creator is working on? All the crazy projects.
yeah, he's interested in a lot of stuff for sure.
Yeah, he's interested in making a Metroid anime, and then he got roped into working on an Assassin's Creed anime.
Oh
Mhm.
boy.
The guy is fucking busy.
Yeah, I get from what it sounds like. If he's gonna be doing game-based like anime, ooh, the reputation for like, well, I wouldn't say not games, but like for some anime, American to anime adaptations are never really too good nowadays. But if he's able to pull it off, okay, I'll be interested.
Yeah, Castlevania was good. I can't say I'm like frothing at the mouth for like Metroid or Assassin's Creed, but like if they're good, I'll check them out.
Oh, yeah, for
Metroid,
sure.
I'm definitely excited for.
I mean,
because,
go on.
because again, the Metroid hype's already strong as it is for the announcement of Metroid Prime. What was it? The new Metroid Prime game and the Metroid handheld 3DS, which they already announced. And now, if they're gonna do a Metroid anime, fuck, they're basically like giving back to the fans that waited for so long. At this point, we need all that shit.
I mean, yeah, if we're getting a Splatoon 2 anime, come on, Nintendo, just shoot the bullet and get us a Metroid one.
I do want to. I'll be honest, as one who is a veteran Splatoon fan myself, I'm actually kind of skeptical to how it would be to be as an anime.
It wasn't supposed to be an adaptation of the 4-Koma comics, I think. Let me Google this.
Yeah, it's an adaptation of the manga.
Like,
Yeah, so it's like a light comedy manga. It's like kind of funny actually. So
if it's gonna be short, then that's then I'm okay with that. But all I can get with seeing the as an anime, it's like, well, Splatoon in its own nature is unique. That being an anime in 2D would just kind of like, it's like milking it or just not really giving it a lot of image for it, honestly. That's how I feel for it. And how they're going to adapt it, like, Splatoon's supposed to be kind of an open world thing, like your character is your own story, really, even though there is a story mode type of thing. So it all depends how it would be in the imagination sense or how they're going to deliver it. So I was skeptical to what they're going to do with it. If the Splatoon anime ends up becoming an actual anime that like full-on episodes at some point, even though it's based off that 4-Koma manga, then by all means I'll give it a watch. But again, very skeptical how it's going to be delivery-wise.
It'll boil down to who's actually heading it up. Like if you get Masahiro Abe to do it, because he said he wanted to do a Squid Girl Splatoon OVA, which never came out, unfortunately. But I feel like if you give it someone like Kim or other slice of life type, and people who work on that type of stuff, it would probably come out to be a decent or pretty good anime. Because something about Splatoon more so seems more like a slice of life anime than anything else.
if you check out the manga, it's fairly humorous. It's like it's really handled lightly. There's just like a big event and all the kids just go ink each other. Like it's just really light humor. It's kind of fun. They've got this like cute little rival character and stuff, but it's all, it's all light. It's not like the story modes in Splatoon or Splatoon 2. It's just it's like turf war story kind of.
As of the story mode for Splatoon and 2, especially 2, beautiful stuff. The build up is amazing. That's all I can say. Like, the best I could put it for the story mode with the second game is that if you knew enough or was during the year when Splatoon 1 was out and you were playing it, especially story mode, and growing to like the Splatfest and characters like Callie Marie and everyone else, the second one is just adding more to that cake or ice cream. Honestly, it's very beautiful on its own right. And even then, it's hard to kind of replicate that if they're going to try to animate it in some cases. If they were, for example, do it that way instead, it all depends on the delivery.
For me, because the story mode is ending, I'm not going to spoil it, obviously. It left me with more questions than answers.
That's good.
So that's why I would like to see an anime to see if they could delve into that. Because did you finish the story mode yet, Mark?
Yes, I did.
Okay, I haven't finished it though.
I'm way behind.
Yeah. I think there's a certain thing you may want to know more about too, about certain characters.
Well, if anything, they remember that Nintendo did, or particularly, Nintendo did posted like story reads about what happened way before Splatoon 2 had started. If you're wondering about the story mode.
Not I'm talking about other characters that don't appear.
Oh yeah, you're right.
That's what I want to know more about.
Yeah, that's gonna leave up to interpretation. And again, if they're gonna do DLC updates or whatever for the game, or probably even more hidden stories, because like I think I looked at through all the scrolls and it just explained smaller details, but not the entire thing just yet. That's all I can say for now. But other than that, the game's fucking amazing. I love it. If it ain't broke, just add more to it. It's like I'm addicted. Oh yeah, love it too much.
The addiction is back.
Yeah, I'm glad for it.
Like that'll probably become my most played Switch game soon.
This is probably the only Switch game I'll be playing around. Though I have grown to actually now appreciate these motion controls more than I thought. Now that it's a Pro controller, because gamepad still is too bulky for my taste for motion controls or gyroscope and shit.
I'm still using the Joy-Cons for lack of better options. And
well, I mean, it's still good.
It's working
you
fine.
You have the Joy-Cons, the holder thing, so that way it can be like a regular controller. So
I really like the Joy-Con grip, to be honest.
Oh yeah,
it's alright.
I've eyeballed the Pro controller, but it's really expensive in Canada. It's $100 before tax in Canada, and tax in Quebec is 15%, so it's $115 in Quebec. So I'm not really.
Does that mean you can save 15% or more on car insurance?
Oh Jesus!
No, it's the reverse. You pay 15% more. Yeah, no, but whatever, free healthcare. So
and here I'm sitting with no Switch.
No Switch.
Okay.
No
Die. I got you. I just saw an ad for GameStop. It's $3.99 for a Switch with Splatoon 2, snipper clips, a Pro controller, and a carrying case for $3.99, dude.
That actually seems like a good deal.
That actually is a good deal.
But I have responsibilities.
You have a responsibility to buy a Switch.
Yeah.
Oh man, that is a nice segue.
Be a responsible adult. Buy a Switch.
Wait, we were talking about Castlevania, and then we switched to Splatoon.
Well, it was the next topic, technically speaking.
Yeah, so we killed two birds with one stone. Nice.
Hey.
Boom.
Just last thought on the Splat thing before you guys finish your amazing segue. If anyone is interested out there, all of the Koro Splatoon manga is translated online. And you can find that really easily just by Googling for it. And I do recommend you check it out. I only read the first 2 issues, but it was really cute. And I think actually now I'm going to go back to it because I remember now. So, yeah.
Give it a read today.
Hey.
It's cool.
Hey. Nice. Okay, so let's talk about more weird crossovers and all the new.
No.
Technically, yes.
Wow.
Technically, yes. In other news, Arc Systems is pissing on Capcom again. Arc Systems announced a new BlazBlue game that will have you from Persona 4 and Ruby from Ruby.
What's Ruby doing here? What the fuck is she doing here? This makes no sense.
That's pretty much what all the characters probably said too.
Rooster Teeth has been, working really hard to get Ruby out in other media formats. So, for example, in Japan, there's a Ruby manga, like straight up. It just exists. So I think it totally makes sense. Actually, it's really cool. So like BlazeBlue Cross Tag Battle has BlazeBlue, Under Night and Birth, Persona 4 Arena, and Ruby characters, at least one from each now. I imagine there'll be a few from each. I'm curious to see where it goes, and I'm really excited for it. I'm also a little intrigued by the title being BlazeBlue Cross Tag Battle, which makes me wonder if other titles might be on the table to get in. It would be really nice if this ended up being like a love letter to fighting games, and we got some SNK sprites in there, we got some Morrigan sprites in there. It'd be real cool if this ended up being a big Mugen thing.
I'm still kind of like that. I'm still like baffled. Like, I forgot what year this was now that Ruby has gotten to be such a big sensation to be now crossing over with two streamlined, well-known series. I'm like, it gotten that well-known to that point. I just remember Ruby being very much like an indie animation by rest in peace for the man who did the series. And now look where it is now. Like, oh my god. And no, what baffles me most is in that trailer reveal when it's like, oh, you have all the 3 series. That's actually pretty cool. It's the English of Ruby. It's not like the Japanese or anything. It's like, wait a minute. I thought Arc System has a thing against English dubs or something. What the fuck are they doing in English Ruby out of nowhere? What? So are they going to dub the characters now, or are they going to just have one pair that's English and the other pair Japanese?
I don't think they have a thing against English dubs.
It's more so Axis normally can't afford English dubs.
Axis they just stopped doing them at a certain point.
Yeah.
I mean, people like when like 50% of your audience is still a Japanese one, point you got to question the validity of continuing to expand.
Well, now they got to put the money for the Persona and BlazeBlue. And what was the other game again?
Under Night and Birth.
Under Night and Birth,
like super good.
I'm pretty sure Atlas would front the money for the game to be dubbed, though. I mean, you saw how much money they gave for King of Fighters 14 at Evo, right?
Right.
They put in $14,000 in the pot.
Shit.
On top of the already large pot for that game.
I don't think Atlas will front for Axis. Like, Axis can handle themselves. They're big boys.
Well,
The question I want to know. The question
big po' boys.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
What's up, Dai?
The question I want to know is, will there be more Ruby and Persona characters than BlazeBlue? Like, I like to see Yang in that game. If Yang's in that game, pre-order right there.
Got to at this point.
Mm-hmm.
In Ultimax, I mean Adachi, so if he's in there, I'll buy it.
Yeah, I can't imagine they're only planning on shipping one per company. They've shown a staggering 2 for BlazeBlue, Ragna and Jin. But I imagine like each game will get, or each property will get a fair few. Like Ruby will probably get the main 4 characters,
Right.
Definitely.
at minimum, right? Like, because if they would leave any one of them, that would just be weird.
But
and then I probably they'll pick like a couple of the main ones for BlazeBlue and Under Night and Birth as well, but probably not the full cast, or else we'll start with like 70 characters.
Watch, in the BlazeBlue crossover, they're gonna surprise us. Oh, it's new character that's not in any Persona game. Minato, what are you doing back down here?
No playable doors.
I'm just saying.
No playable doors.
I need that shit. I need Minato back. God damn it! It's been so long.
Gal,
they already announced that there could possibly be a Persona 3 dance game for some reason. So
Gal,
I
I'm sorry, Gal.
I know.
I'm sorry, Gal. Minato will always be a door. There's nothing you can do about it.
God fucking damn it.
But see, here's the thing I'm worried about, though. Persona 4, as much as I love it, is a cancer. Meaning, it could probably... It wouldn't surprise me if it tried taking over the entire game and went, no, my game now.
Well,
and it just becomes Persona 4 Arena Ultimax 2.
Featuring BlazeBlue.
Yes.
BlazeBlue.
The entire Ultimax cast is here.
Oh boy.
Yeah. But another thing about this is that Arc Systems is just killing it this year. Like,
Yeah, they are.
I am just hyped for the Dragon Ball Z fighting game. In fact, when they announced the Dragon Ball Z fighting game, I started trying to play Guilty Gear. Unfortunately, my fingers hurt so much playing the game using my 360 controller, so I might have to get a fighting stick to play that game. And then just hearing this, I just think that Arc Systems might make more anime fighting games more mainstream now. In fact, I think I was watching Mother's Basement's video about it, and he mentioned that point.
Yeah, I mean they've got 2 full teams, and it just seems like right now they've really, or, sorry, pardon me, they've got like 2 full teams and like staff for support on other stuff, I should say. So it seems to me like right now, yeah, they're striking it big on their 2 big picks here. You know, like Dragon Ball is obviously like the most popular anime in the West, so like that's going to be big for them no matter how you slice it, and it looks incredible and it plays really well. And BlazeBlue, well, I mean BlazeBlue has always been, you know, a much smaller franchise, but you can see the interest in this one, like just by talking to people. You can hear, you can see it on forums and Twitter all over the place. Like people are just interested in the idea. Like it's a novel crossover.
This is literally killing. This is literally killing the Marvel vs. Capcom game at this point. The more
It really is.
I'll be honest. Like, it's Marvel. I know. It's Marvel vs. Capcom. People love the series. But at this point, the delivery was already poor enough to how it's being treated now. And Arc System throwing in a bunch of crossover. Not even Arc. Bandai Namco just released that with Tekken. And guess who just got announced? Gisa! For no goddamn reason. He's in the game. Now we have... This is Tekken crossover. Literally, even if it's just one character, Tekken goddamn crossover for fighting games. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, it's like they knew that Marvel vs. Capcom was going to come out and they wanted to one-up those guys by bringing in their own crossover. Even a little bit for a game that's supposed to be for one.
Wait, Gal, don't you mean Marvel Cinematic Universe versus Capcom?
Oh, God.
Now, here's the thing about Marvel, though. Everyone I've talked to, especially one of our reviewers who does our fighting games, he went to EVO and CEO.
Yeah.
He had a chance to play Marvel.
Yeah.
He said the game is probably one of his new favorite fighting games now.
Yeah, it's really good.
I've heard like people who've actually had a chance to play it say the game's amazing. But Capcom, being Capcom, have just horrible PR.
Yep.
That makes sense then.
The other thing I'm kind of...
I don't really agree with the notion either that like BlazeBlue's gonna like has someone said literally killed it. Like at the end of the day, Marvel is gonna be at EVO multiple years in a row, and BlazeBlue's not, and that makes a huge fucking difference. You know, I mean, obviously EVO is not an indicator of success raw, but like it's fucking Marvel versus Capcom. Like it's gonna do so much better than BlazeBlue. Like, not to say I'm not excited for BlazeBlue. I am very excited for it, but I don't think it's realistic to say that it's killed it when all we actually mean is like amongst core users, people really like BlazeBlue's look better. You know, but 3 years down the line, we'll still be talking about Marvel Infinite, and 3 years down the line, we'll probably be talking about the next Arc System Works game.
Right.
So,
JoJo.
Well,
yeah, hopefully,
please.
Another JoJo game.
That
I
would
mean,
be...
like, again, as it is, 2 games from Arc System, which is the Dragon Ball like third game, which I don't think nobody expected that, did they? Did anybody expected that shit?
No, I didn't really see anyone calling that at all. No.
Yeah.
It's like, real neat. Yeah.
If anything, like I was kind of expecting like the Arc System to like take their BlazeBlue game and make it into the Zerd formula, but this is a step that's a very weird, that's in the right direction in the most surprising way possible. Like as it is, I would think more that out of delivery of like fighting crossover games, it just, to me, it feels like that this Arc System has pretty much got it down at that point of the hype to me.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, I think the BlazeBlue crossover is an incredibly smart move. It'll let them get a lot more longevity out of the sprites. You know, clearly a certain facet of Arc System Works does want to move to 3D, and this is gonna let them like squeeze out the last little extra bit. You know, not that I think they're moving on completely from sprites or anything, but like let's pull out the Persona 4 sprites again. Let's pull out BlazeBlue again. Let's, you know, and they've done it in a way that's really injected a lot of excitement. You know, Under Night in Birth isn't by them; it's by French Bread. So like those sprites are coming in from a totally different game. Ruby's all gonna be fresh stuff, and like I said, I do hope more games and characters are announced for the title, because I think like that kind of big 2D crossover is something that it really speaks to people right now. And as a personal aside, I do hope this is the BlazeBlue that they announced would be coming to Switch back when the Switch was first announced.
Oh yeah,
really nice if it was this one. So yeah,
I forgot about that. It could be. I couldn't see them doing another separate game.
I would rather it be this one than the next mainline Blaze.
Unless they're doing a support job or something.
Right.
That'd be great.
Yep. All right, so let's talk about some Trigger news.
Oh, yes.
Yes. So Trigger announced not 1, not 2, but 3 anime projects. Well, actually 4. We're going to talk about that one. So, Gridman, which is being worked on by the co-creators of Inferno Cop. Darling in the Franxx?
It's a sci-fi anime.
Yeah, but the name is just out there. It's going to be a collaborative project with A1 Pictures. And of course, the one project that I'm really hyped for is Premiere, which is being worked on by the creators of Gurren Lagann and Kill la Kill. Keep in mind, if you're new to my channel, Gurren Lagann is one of my favorite animes of all time. And I'm just really hyped to hear that both of those creators are going to be working on that anime. And
oh god, you've seen the pictures, right?
oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, I can't fucking wait for that one. And also,
I think someone needs to share me some pictures later.
yeah, when I get a chance, I'll show you some pictures. And also, FLCL seasons 2 and 3 have been confirmed as well. And I think you mentioned, Gal, that that's being collaborated by several other companies. I couldn't really get the
other
read on
companies
it.
as well. I mean, like, first off, Adult Swim is going to be collaborating with this one, surprisingly enough. So they're going to make this a simulcast to have this out like every time they finish an episode. A couple other directors who are inspired from Fully Cooley are working on it. Even some people from Trigger. They I was there at the panel at Anime Expo, and a few questions were asked, and says, like, is Trigger gonna get involved with Fully Cooley? And they said yes. A couple of directors, I believe, would be, but that's as much information I remember getting during the convention panel when they revealed Fully Cooley. But they've really, it's, from what I've gathered, it's 2 separate storylines for 2 and 3, 2 different perspectives, which I'm really excited for. And they're really trying their best not to reveal too much. But as I'm seeing from that trailer, it is exciting as all heck. They're pulling off all the stops, and it's going to be the same length episodes, just like the last season of Fully Cooley. Right. So, you remember how many episodes was Fully Cooley? Was it 10?
I think wasn't it?
It was a little shorter than a full season.
I think it was
might have been
6
or something.
I think it was 6.
6 each. So that means it'll be like 12 episodes, but like 6 for 2 and 6 for 3. That's how they're going to pull it off.
Yeah, so it'll probably just be aired like a regular season of 12 episodes.
But yeah, they said they're going to have a lot of other people, directors from different... again, Trigger is involved to be collaborating with this one as well. And from what the visuals have shown, it looks like it's going to be amazing. I can't wait. And Fully Cooley... And I also got... Oh, man, I have a picture. But they were... At Anime Expo, they gave out free posters, whoever is online, for Fully Cooley 2 and 3 with Haruko's new design. It's beautiful. Holy crap.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm really excited for Promare for sure. Like, I definitely feel like Hiroyuki Imaishi and I don't remember the writer's name, Nakashima or whatever. Like, they're Kill la Kill and Gurren are some of my favorite shows, and while they both have their flaws in some respects, I feel like these guys are the absolute best at doing what they do specifically, which is that that dialed up to 11 intense action anime. Even in shows that have like incredible action, I don't feel like they're able to reach the emotional peaks that these guys are able to simultaneously get in there. So while I know a lot of people, especially weren't, well, not a lot, but there are a bunch of people who didn't get into Kill la Kill as much as Gurren, but I still feel like it does have that intensity that they're known for that I feel like no one else can really replicate.
Right. But
oh god.
But the thing is that Gurren Lagann was my favorite, but Kill la Kill, I had mixed feelings about that. Like, I remember watching the first couple episodes and they were hype as shit. Then I felt like it dragged on in the middle, especially around episode 13 and 14, but then it picked up afterwards. Overall, Kill la Kill, not really one of my favorite Trigger works, but Gurren Lagann, one of my favorites, even though I acknowledge I also have flaws, like you said, Liam. But... But did you guys look at the poster? I could have swore that the guy holding the sword had the same hairstyle as Kamina. But then again, they usually throw his hairstyle in almost every single production.
It's comparable. His hair,
and like but isn't it more of a rocket? Like, it looked like a firecracker.
It's like a firecracker. Yeah. It's weird. It's definitely not a sword, but it's I don't know exactly.
And the enemy is like a big grin All Might, just with a giant jaw of teeth in the background. Like it shows
If that
they're
even
having
is
a
an
lot of
enemy.
hype.
Yeah.
Yeah, possibly, or maybe an ally. Yeah, who knows?
Yeah.
Like the thing that gets me the most about it. No, what's funny about it is that at the Anime Expo premiere, they literally used the same hype trailer bullshit as a dun 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 dun. They did for Kill la Kill for this one. Legit. So like they really have high expectations for this one, and hell, they the two creators that we were talking about were like on screen mentioning look forward to it, and they had to bleep out so much spoilers just because they can't help but be excited about it. It's like, oh my fucking god.
Yeah, no, these are definitely some like two creators that I will always watch out for, because their works, again, while they may have their flaws, they are the best at the specific thing they do. So. Yeah,
I want to.
Yeah.
The next one that I want to be honest with, that I want to talk about as well, which is Gridman. Okay, consider the following. Yes, Gurren Lagann in record for those two, it is their biggest mecha anime. But for Trigger, particularly Trigger, because I don't think I've seen anything in record after Gainax with Trigger that they've done an actual like mecha anime solely. And the fact that they're touching upon Gridman based off an Ultraman series that's like live action into an animation, which they already did like a demo of it back in one of the animation studios videos that they were showing right next to like what was it? It's violent sex with Mach Speed or something.
yeah, sex and violence with Mach Speed. Yeah,
that was it. And like I was thinking, but the doubt that came into my mind, unfortunately, is they said it's the guy that made Inferno Cop and Ninja Slayer.
Yeah, I don't think it's unfair to say that that guy's productions are the low budget productions. So I'm also kind of curious, because Gridman is the kind of thing, it's like a pretty somewhat revered tokusatsu thing. Like it's the kind of thing you'd want to seriously deliver on. So I'm interested to see if this means that they're going to have more staff and money to work with. It would be really amazing if Trigger suddenly was able to deliver 3 shows a season instead of 1 or none. So curious to see where this goes in terms of how they deliver.
The question I have,
the fact that
going.
Sorry. Like, especially since this is going to be kind of Trigger's marked first mecha series on their record, not counting Gurren Lagann, because technically that's a guy.
That's not really. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So like, they have to really pull this off, or that would be kind of a low blow in some sense when it comes to mecha genres in the Trigger company, I guess. That's the best way I can put it right now. I mean, they've already shown lots of teases from like other shows they've done with like mecha-like sequences. So at that point, if they really want to like release all that super robot action, they have to put it on one show, which I would think Gridman would be their possibility.
Gridman, like he's more of like a Goku character, so like he kind of moves like a lot more like a human than like a and they fight like big giant creatures rather than monsters. So like they've got a bit of freedom in that as well, that it doesn't rigidly have to be a mech or anything like that. Like it's not quite like a Megazord. So but nonetheless, I am interested to see how that goes down.
The question I have is, I'm unfamiliar with Gridman. Is it more of a comedic take on the Ultraman franchise? If it's more of a yeah, that's the thing that concerns me. Like, if Gridman was more of a comedy, then I could imagine them going with their Inferno Cup style, but that's the thing that I'm kind of concerned about. Again,
it makes me think that this is probably going to be a bigger production than Inferno Cop and Ninja Slayer was. Because I don't really. I mean, unless you're gonna do a totally different take on it, they've already said that this is like unrelated to the live action one in terms of like specifics. So if they want to do a humorous, smaller budget take on them, I'd be interested to see what exactly they have in mind. But if they want to do it seriously, then by all means, like I want to be blown away. Just show me what you got. I'm interested to see how those ideas go down, because I'm sure they didn't get the project greenlit with bad ideas. So.
Yeah, if they can pull off like what they did in the animation studio Animators Expo one shot they did with Gridman, where they recreate most of the scenes from the Gridman live action, then I hope for the best that they can pull that off for the actual anime.
So the question is, does anyone here even care about Darling and the Franks?
I am
mean, I'll
actually
watch it,
interested, to be honest, because it's both a collaboration between A1 and Trigger on its own rights, and it's a sci-fi series. And if a sci-fi series is delivered well, then that could be good, because it can have some hints of like mecha content involved, except a lot more serious. As long as it's not like super serious, like what was it, Out of the Noah Zero like ish, then maybe I'll be interested. But everything else, I'll be honest to say, will be more on the delivery at that point.
I'm kind of hesitant about that project as well, because again, A1 Productions is, when I associate A1 Productions, I usually associate them with like fantasy anime, like such as SAO. I think they also worked on Hestia, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong with that one. Like that's their bread and butter. And just to hear, and when I saw the poster of them saying that it's going to be sci-fi, again, that's another project I'm kind of concerned about. But overall, go ahead, Gal.
Well, consider the following: that they A1's also working on Fully Cooley, which will
that is true.
That means that they're getting back to their roots of being a little bit more comedic and hectic, like Trigger is. So that means I have high hope. I have some hopes for it to be actually a pretty decent anime series once it come out. Again, it's all about the delivery at that point.
Right.
I mean, you know, say what you will about them, A1 does deliver quality. You know, like Sword Art is a really good adaptation. Like, you know, I'm not talking about the content of the show. It's or the writing, I should say. Like, it's well animated, it's well produced, it's well done. It's a really good adaptation. They are a really talented studio. You know, most of their stuff is adaptations, so you end up with that kind of stuff. But like some of their original stuff, like Anohana and stuff like that, has been really sterling. You know, and you know, other adaptations they've done, like Your Lie in April and Erased, have been like really remarkable. So I don't really see any like so early into the project. I don't really see any real cause for concern. You know, because it's just like, well, you know, I don't really know what Darling in the Franxx is, and it's original, right? It's not a manga or anything. So
I'm pretty sure it's original.
Yeah. So you know, I don't know.
All right.
Who knows?
Yeah, who knows indeed.
Yeah.
All right. So since we finished talking about Trigger, let's talk about Crash. And nostalgia news: Crash is decimating the sales chart in the UK, and the Stormy Ascent DLC should drop by now.
Damn.
Yeah.
I'm so happy for that.
Your guys' thought on the revival Crash Bandicoot?
Finally.
Yeah. I never played them when they first came out, or well, for that matter, I never played the PS1 versions of them at all. The most I had ever played was the sequence in Uncharted 4 at the beginning of the game, where you play a section from Crash. So yeah, I got it, and I'm like, well, yeah, it's good. Shit's good. Yeah. You know? Well, and the adaptation is really solid too. So
the only Crash game I played was the Wrath of Cortex in the GameCube. So this is actually a nice way to see what the series is all about from the start.
Well, I played Crash 2, 3, and the Tag Team Racing games, but I never played the original. And it's a good thing I didn't play the original, otherwise I would have hated the Crash series if I played the original.
It's definitely the weakest of the three, yeah. Yeah,
it's definitely the weakest. Like I was playing it a couple weeks ago, and I just remember that bridge level was just, it was rage-inducing. Even with the little glitch that my chat was telling me about, it was still a frustrating level. It was just, you remember that, right, Box?
Oh man.
Yeah, it was just a pain in the ass level. But I actually liked how they approached Crash 2 and Crash 3. And from what I talked to a couple people, they said that this version of Crash 1 is probably the best one to go with. Like,
oh yeah.
I remember Vicarious Visions did some alterations to a couple segments, like, for example, Tanya. They actually, in the intro sequence, in the original, Tanya's just standing there with a bunch of guys next to her holding her, and she just had this wide mouth open. In the remake, they actually show her actually fighting a couple of dudes. And then in the bonus stages, in the original, she just stands there. And you're just left wondering, am I supposed to rescue you? Why the hell are you standing there? I can just end the game right now by dragging you. But then in the remake, as soon as you finish bonus stage, Cortez just swoops in and just kidnaps her again.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely feels like they had just enough. Well, they had more than enough time and money to get exactly the amount of polish they needed on what they. That was a really bad way to say that sentence. It seems like they had everything they needed to deliver on the level of reverence people have for Crash Bandicoot. That's what I meant to say. Everything just feels crazy polished, and like all the subtle little improvements and the attention to detail is like really evident. I saw the what seems to be definitely the most contentious change was like the consolidation of Crash's movement. So like in all 3 of the original games, Crash moves and controls slightly differently. So for this set, because they all come in one, they decided like, let's consolidate it. Let's kind of like pick one of Crash's movement models and let's kind of lean it towards that one. So I think they picked the Crash 2 one that they felt was the best one, and they kind of like, so now the Crash 3 Crash moves more like Crash 2, and the Crash the first game Crash moves more like the Crash 2 Crash, and that has had the effect of making the first game slightly more challenging, since the Crash 2 Crash like falls a little bit faster when after he jumps. So I know some people complained about that, but I think it's fine.
I think Ding Dong from Oni Plays was kind of made like a Twitter video explaining about the jumps at one point.
Yeah, it really blew up. That's for sure.
Yeah,
I remember they fixed the hitboxes.
Yeah. I remember that when I played the demo, like prior to the game's release, like I remember saying, this Crash feels a little different. Like, I remember a year prior playing the original Crash 2, and I was able to make the jumps pretty well there, but then in this remake, in the demo, I'm like, why am I struggling with these jumps? These jumps are a lot harder than the second one.
And it's true, he is slightly different. It's subtle, but it's there, yeah.
All I know is that I'm really glad that Sony remade the Dark Souls prequel.
That's stupid bullshit.
Fuck's sake.
God damn that bullshit. Oh god, it said harder than Dark Souls. Are you kidding me?
I mean, it's tough, but like, fuck off. Like,
no,
Dark Souls isn't the symbolism of hard games, you know. There are other hard games out there. You just need to look deeper. God damn it.
That's just like a pet peeve of mine. When everyone who says, "Oh, it's the Dark Souls of this," in the review process for Splatoon 2, I even joke saying, "Of how many times I died in the story mode, can I call this game the Dark Souls of third-person shooters?"
God damn it.
Yeah. But this also leads to another question on whether or not Activision will remake other classic games like Spyro.
Please.
I'll take Spyro. I mean, I'll take Spyro.
It seems like it turned out really well for them. If I had to make a guess, I would guess that they'd like Vicarious Visions will probably work on a new Crash game after this, but it would be really cool if they had another studio revisit Spyro. I think it would be a real waste to have made this amazing framework for a new Crash game and to not actually deliver a new one. So I kind of, again, if I had to take a guess, I would guess that we're probably going to get a new Crash first. But Spyro would be great too. That's also one that I didn't play when I was younger. I mean, I never owned a PS1 or PS2.
I owned a demo
when they were new. So.
I remember for me,
that'll do the trick.
I only played like after they went multiplayer because I had a GameCube growing up.
Right.
But
for me, Crash 3 was the one I grew up the most with. Really, that was a better delivery one, and yeah, it's a good, nice polish for the game. But if they were to go further with it, I can't lie, I would kind of like to see another remaster of Crash Twinsanity, if that's the case, at some point in the future.
Right.
I love that game too much.
Well, I grew up with both Crash 2 and 3, and then I also grew up with Spyro 2 and 3, so I would just hearing them saying that they will probably remake Spyro will just make my day. That will be freaking great.
To me, I always preferred Spyro over Crash, in my opinion. I just enjoy it. I thought the gameplay was more fun, the storytelling was better.
It's a little more open for a Spyro game, so yeah.
It's like... It still sucks though, because my first one was for Spyro was Enter the Dragonfly on the GameCube, which everyone said was the worst game. But
was that the one with Elijah Wood voice acted in it?
I don't think so. I think it was.
Oh no.
No, it was the later ones in which they changed him into a mutated looking puppy.
Yeah,
okay.
No, Enter the Dragonfly was the first multi-plat Spyro game after it went to Activision.
Oh, okay, so still pretty early on. Yeah,
so it was considered one of the worst Spyro games, but when I was like 7, I was having a blast playing
That's true.
it. Because the levels were pretty at least, and the gameplay was fun.
Right.
But they'll probably never remake the ones that the multi-plat ones, because that's usually seen as the decline of both Crash and Spyro.
Yeah, even though I know a lot of people do like some of the post trilogy Crash and Spyro games, I kind of get the sense that they would probably ignore those ones, which I don't know if that's entirely for the worst. You know, there's something to be said of their quality being more mixed than the original trilogies, but yeah, I definitely know there's a bunch of fans of some of those titles, so bummer for them.
Yeah,
because I would love to play Wrath of Cortex Into the Dragonfly again if they fixed all the issues with them and just made it better.
Wrath of Cortex, at the very least, was a Crash game, which still played like a Crash game, so they knew what they were doing. So if that was get remake at one point, that'd be great.
Yeah.
How about a remake of Crash of the Titans?
Listen, that was a Crash-tastrophe on Titanic proportions.
Gammalad, get out, Gammalad, Galachat, get out now.
But
no buts. Get out!
For God's sake, like, please, like, they're gonna do another Spyro game. Let's hope they can. Can they get Tom Kenny still for Spyro, please?
Oh man! Oh, wait! Did you hear? Oh, who was the original voice of Cortex?
Mr. Krabs.
Yep, Mr. Krabs.
Yep, Krabs.
Oh, please!
No kidding.
That would have been perfect.
Yeah, the one who was doing Cortex now was from Twin Sanity and so on, which he did a good job imitating the original voice, but the real voice since like Crash 2 and 3 and so on a little bit. Yeah, it was Eugene Krabs' voice actor.
I just could. I was just playing the game, and every time I saw Cortex, I just kept saying, "Hey, Mr. Krabs."
Wasn't his assistant also voiced by the Brain?
I don't remember.
Because his voice sounds like it sounds like the Brain's voice actor.
It might be the filters that kind of make him sound like that, but it depends. We might have to double check on that later. But yeah, it's still good to know that the remake is a good success, and hopefully to go through more. And I will admit, I do want a fourth remake, which is the Wrath of Cortex, because I admit I do like Kronk after growing to like the guy, even though he's in some games. He's basically, what is it? He's the Mr. T of the Crash Bandicoot family. I mean, how can you go wrong with that? I need that, man. You got Coco who's smart, you got Crash who's dumb, and then you have the dumb Mr. T, big bro. Crunch sad.
Actually, his voice actor played the Shark Guy in the Leo Stitch movies as well.
Yes, and more. Yes, I wouldn't want that, please.
Yep.
So I want Kronk back.
So can we get a DK Crash Bandicoot crossover now?
Oh.
The DK crew versus the Crash crew.
Hey, look, if Mario and Rabbids can cross over, so can they.
Hey, Sony doesn't exclusively own Crash, so it could happen.
You're right.
Could. All right. And the final tip of news: One Piece creator revealed that a live-action One Piece movie is in the works. In the previous podcast, I mentioned that I tend to keep an open mind when it comes to anime movie adaptations, but this.
They're usually pretty bad.
Yeah, but I tend. Yeah.
I'm optimistic.
You're optimistic?
I heard that the Jojo movie was good.
Yeah, my girlfriend went and saw it the other night, and her friend both said it was great.
Like, it's a retelling of Part 4, and but it's done really well. So I have a bit more optimism for higher budget anime adaptations. But that's like saying 2 is a much greater jump than 1.
Yeah, I was gonna say also the JoJo film is it's by Takeshi Miike, who's like one of the most celebrated Japanese filmmakers at all. So I you know, I don't think that's necessarily a standard. You know what I mean? Like if they had fucking what's the name of the fucking guy? I can't believe I forget his name. The guy who did like Interstellar and Dunkirk and shit.
I don't remember.
Christopher Nolan. Like it's like saying like, oh, this movie's good, so that movie will be good. Well, but that movie's by fucking Christopher Nolan. Like, you know what I mean? So
Yeah, yeah.
I do think Takeshi Miike is a big part of why the new JoJo's good.
Yeah,
So.
Yeah, but
I'd like to say, like, you know, it could show that, hey, maybe if we actually put effort into these things, we can have a good showing. But then again, JoJo had WB money, so that's one thing.
I'm more concerned about how they translate the character designs into the live action movie. I mean, One Piece has some weird character designs, and then
they're
when
gonna look different.
Yeah, and that's the main thing I'm concerned about. Like, usually when it comes to anime adaptations, the CGI looks kind of meh. But if you mix in the One Piece character designs, it's just going to look really, really weird, in my opinion.
Like, my thoughts would be, yeah, One Piece is its own art style that's not supposed to make, like, human that can translate well to live action to begin with. It's truly a fantasy. Having it to be a live action to begin with just seems... I don't know if that can really work. Unless, again, delivery is definitely the key, but even then, that's stretching it way too thin, even for its own sake. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of CG, that's for sure. But I mean, we'll see. But I do not disagree with the notion that anime live-action adaptations are generally pretty fucking schlocky.
Yeah.
On a side note, when it comes to, like, movie-ish films, I was just talking this recently with Di and the others. What are your thoughts about the Dragon Ball 4D Japanese Universal Studios ride?
Oh yeah, I didn't get a chance to check this out. Give me like a second. You guys talk about it.
I put a video on the channel.
It's on the
video. Yeah.
Checking it out now.
Yeah.
What did you think?
To me, it's like it's an interesting concept. The animation budget looks amazing. Like, I don't know, the best way I can describe it is like Astro Boy levels of really good animation. And heck, a concept that kind of gets me a bit is the fact that you fuse with Goku in the ride. You fusion dance with Goku. So
this is some sort of like attraction at
Yeah.
Huh,
4D ride, you wear your glasses and everything. It's non-canon to it, and it involves Super Saiyan 3 Broly for some reason.
Neat.
Yeah, it's really neat. But again, what gets me the most is that the budget behind it is super fucking amazing.
It looks pretty quality just looking at the little teaser for it.
Yeah, like the trailer for it already, even though it's not canon, it's like they could, if they wanted to potentially, if they wanted to put a budget for actual animated films to not be like 2D, like I think, was it the recent movie that came out, anime movie, was the One Piece Golden movie, was it? It was not too long ago that was released in Blu-ray, right? So I was thinking that in future, like, Toei animation, at least, like, films that they would pull off, they would do it in this style. I would love that they would do it this style. I mean, like, heck, you said so yourself, Dad, that the JoJo one looked pretty good.
Yeah, the JoJo one, right? The JoJo one was fucking awesome. Like, it was just really great.
So it could turn out well. I mean, that one showed, you were in the middle of the fight between Jotaro and Dio, so...
Yeah, exactly. And if they had the money and budget to do stuff like that for a ride, then why the fuck not for an actual movie? Like, put the money and effort into an actual CG-like film like the 4D rides and see how that's going to deliver compared to just the regular 2D anime movie that they usually do. I mean, it still has its charm, yes, but mind you, keep it still, in its right, a non-canon film. So if it's non-canon, then, by God, why can't you just, like, put some pizzazz into it, some nice animation look and flair to it, more than just the 2D flair that you always do traditionally already in the animes.
I mean, on the other hand, when the 4D guys get the contract to make the ride or the attraction or whatever, they look at the talent and the staff they have and the people they can work with, and they say, well, this is what we're going to do. It's going to be this nice CG thing. But then when Toei's like, okay, it's time for the next movie, and they look at the staff they have, like, what are they just going to, like, lay off the team, like, and work on a 4D thing? They've got lots of, like, staff they have to keep food on the table for,
That's true.
It's otherwise they need to find other work for them, and then it's like, well, if the CG company's doing One Piece and Toei loses the One Piece movie thing, then that's like, suddenly Toei's just dug its own grave.
You're right. Well, but, a good balance of both would be nice, if anything. Just
experimentation is always fucking cool. That's for sure. Like, that's why all these things are neat. On the topic of One Piece and experimentation, like this movie, it's the 20th anniversary of One Piece this year, right? If I'm not mistaken.
I believe so.
Yeah, they have also 2 VR things that they're working on for One Piece, and like one of them is just like a little interactive thing, like not a huge thing, but the other one, I remember they were saying it's a game with an unheard of super new feeling, and Eiichiro Oda is working on it, and it's supposed to be an enormous game, like not even by VR standards, but just period. So I'm really excited to see that, some enormous, quote unquote, unheard of super new feeling One Piece VR title. Like that sounds really nifty. I'm down for that. But I like VR stuff. I'm a sucker for that. So
Yeah.
I haven't tried VR yet. Like I haven't found that one game that'll push me to. The only
Senran Kagura.
No, Gamma. I'm not interested in Senran Kagura
I don't know,
VR.
Box. You can tell us. You are the one with your VR, sir. I'm watching you, you bastard.
I bought one, but it's not hooked up yet.
Mhm.
I'm a good boy. I don't have VR.
Yes, you do. Shut your goddamn
Box,
mouth, you
I
goddamn
see
Box.
I see you on Steam.
Box, I saw you at Miku's last concert.
Oh,
No. No, I haven't played Nekopara already. It's just like the Nekopara.
Are you
VR
fucking
thing.
serious?
No, I haven't actually.
I was about to fucking
Yeah.
say.
Nah.
I know it
Jesus.
exists, but I haven't.
But-
touched
And
it.
hey, Gammalad, remember the Senran Kagura VR? You don't need that. The Switch is gonna have its own Senran Kagura game. You can do that.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, and with the HD rumble.
The HD
Oh,
Rumble where you can
yeah.
actually feel the booby.
I'm really, dude. I'm really interested to see what exactly they do with that, because the HD Rumble in 1-2 Switch is really impressive.
It
Like
is.
in some of the mini games on 1-2 Switch, if you ever get a chance to, I don't know, fucking rent that or something, because it sure as fuck ain't a $60 game. But I haven't yet seen another title that's really impressed me with the HD Rumble stuff. So
Yeah.
I'm just interested to see what they'll do with that, and if they
It's-
can actually deliver to a standard that 1-2 Switch hit, because like that was
It's
really nifty.
funny. What really got me on HD Rumble was Lego City Undercover.
Oh, no kidding! Does
That
it
has-
use that?
It does. Like, so if you're walking on the beach,
Mm-hmm.
and every step you take, like in the water and in the sand, you feel the rumble alternate in the Joy-Con for every step you take.
Oh, neat.
nice.
So
I'll have to actually check that out.
So it feels like you're like walking, like wading through water or walking on the beach. Once you get off the beach, it doesn't feel it. You don't feel it anymore. But once you're like in water,
Yeah.
it gives that feel like it feels like your body is like wading through it.
That's actually pretty cool.
Oh,
Nice.
that's cool.
I'll have to check that one out, because I think, I don't know, HD Rumble's neat, but other than 1-2 Switch, I hadn't experienced like anything that's really made me think it was like a big selling point or anything. Like ARMS is all right with it, but more just because like the rumble is just satisfying when you punch someone.
Mm.
But I think any rumble could do that, not specifically Nintendo's.
Splatoon
And
2
pe-
years HD Rumble?
Kinda, it does.
Okay.
When you get
Like
splatted and when you walk
or-
through ink, I think, or
Yeah,
I
when
don't
you
know.
walk through ink, you feel the rumble, especially.
Mm.
So it is there. It's just like,
It's
I think-
subtle.
but to be fair, I don't think those games are, even though it has the rumble in it, that doesn't mean that those games are really meant to advertise it very well,
Yeah.
though. That's the
Yeah,
thing.
I think Rumble is one of those things where it's like ironic in its existence, where if it's done well, you don't notice it. You know, so like because if say ARMS had no rumble, you would probably notice it and you'd be like, huh, I wonder why it doesn't rumble here. But because it rumbles in such a natural way, it's like, oh yeah, well of course it rumbles when I hit someone, and you don't pay attention to that because it's just like, yeah, they did a good job. It's rare that like rumble really jumps out at you as like, whoa, they're doing something cool here.
Yeah,
like
that's
usually it's
why-
like the controller's going crazy. Whoa, that's too much. But
That's why Lego City jumped out at me. Like, wait,
neat.
why is this so detailed in a Lego game?
That's fucking neat.
I actually want to
No.
be curious with the Ice Cube thing that they've been advertising. It's like, can I get just an app of just me playing with
Yeah.
Ice Cubes and know how
So-
that feels?
I hate that trailer because I was okay. Reason why I hate that trailer is because remember I went over to your place. We went to the Switch event. On the bus ride, I forgot to buy a bottle of water before
Oh.
getting on, and I had drinking juice, which was dumb.
Uh-huh.
So I was still like 4 hours, like 6 hours from New York, and they showed that trailer of the guy pouring the ice cold water. I was like, why?
Damn.
I'm sorry you had to suffer through that, man.
I was
Yeah.
like, I was dying.
on the Ice Cube app thing. So like publicly, there's no like that doesn't exist. It's nothing. Like it literally doesn't exist. But in 1-2 Switch, there's a mini game where you hold a little box, and that's represented by your Joy-Con, and it's got an unknown amount of little metal balls in it, and
Okay.
you've got to tilt it around and feel out how many metal balls are inside, it works incredibly well. It's shockingly good. You can really no, it's really impressive.
Holy crap.
Like if you got like a rental store nearby, just go rent 1-2 Switch. It's neat just to check out all the shit, and especially that one, because that one really stands out. Its use of HD Rumble is like crazy on point.
Damn, okay.
And like that's not hyperbole. Like you can actually feel out how many balls are in the little box or the Joy-Con. It's really, really cool. And nothing else has hit that level of fidelity for me anyway. So
well, I know what game I'm checking out from work tonight.
Yeah, again, rent it if you can.
Oh yeah, I work at GameStop, so of course I can rent games.
Great. Okay. Great. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, $50 goddamn dollars for that shit. That's a bundle game, not a goddamn full price one.
Yeah. No, it's. I picked it up because there was just not much else at launch, and I was like, yeah, sure, whatever.
Desperate
and I actually did have fun with it, but not for much more than 5 or 6 hours. But
it's a game.
I played some sessions. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, 20 is a fair price for it, I think.
Right.
It's not like it's like awful or anything. It's just like
$10
for $50. It's a hard sell. Like that's kind of it.
$10. That's all I'm paying for it. $10.
Yeah. In regards, someone mentioned. I think it was Gamma who mentioned it just a second ago. I've discussed it with some people recently, and do you think possibly if they had bundled it, it could have had an adverse effect where because people were disappointed with the quality of the game, it would be like not like a dark spot, but people wouldn't regard the bundle as positively?
No, I don't think so.
More so
for the fact because it's the free game, first of all, a pack-in. Pack-in games are normally notorious for not being all that good.
But Nintendo's got a good track record with Nintendo.
The exception of Nintendo Land and Wii Sports.
Yeah, their track record's pretty pristine for those.
But here's the thing, let's look at it from this perspective. If you had to buy Nintendo Land for $60 separately at launch, or Wii Sports $60 separately at launch, would you have
AKA if you lived in Japan?
Yes. Would you have the same positive reception to Nintendo Land and Wii Sports?
Maybe Nintendo Land because it's so good, but probably not Wii Sports. Yeah,
that's kind of thing. So people would think, oh, it's a pack-in free game that demonstrates the purposes of the system.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, so it may have turned off some people from outright buying it, thinking, well, I'll wait for a better bundle. But I think it actually may have sold more if they included 1-2 Switch with it.
I think that's a fair assessment.
It would have been.
Well, then again, it can't sell more if they're not making more.
Yeah, exactly.
As of lately in GameStop, I've been noticing that they've just been bundling it to the main titles. There's already a bundle for Splatoon for the Switch as of lately.
The reason we do that is because GameStop is trying to prevent scalpers.
Gotcha.
Good luck with that.
Well, it works. No one. You cannot bulk pre-order the bundles. It has to be done in store for the most part, and if everything you get with the bundle, it's kind of hard to resell it to make a profit.
Yeah,
people just want the console generally.
Yeah.
No, for sure. It's a tricky situation, but I don't think those. I know some people don't. Because they don't like the idea of like having to buy other stuff with it, but like ultimately, like for the Switch, there's so much demand for it that for someone the bundle will be perfect, and it's like, oh,
well, like that Splatoon 2 bundle. That's a really
that's a good one. Well, like straight up in Japan, there is a Splatoon 2 bundle, right? And it's like that's great. That's actually fucking awesome. Like it costs the same price as a Switch, and it comes with Splatoon 2. That's wild. I think GameStop's bundle is a bit more expensive, but it's like
$100 more. But yeah.
But you get Splatoon 2 and a bunch of other shit with it, so it makes sense. Yeah.
And in Japan, you have to wait in the lottery to get it.
Yeah. That's the stock situation's a real shame. It's just a real shame because they totally could be selling everything on a shelf, but I mean, if they can't get the parts, then it's just
They're fighting Apple.
They're fighting. Yeah.
They're fighting. Yeah.
Oh well. So switch things up a bit.
All right then. Okay, so now we're going to take some questions from the live stream audience. So if you have a question for us, Liam, all 5 of us, just feel free to ask them in the chats below.
Yeah, go for it.
Just remember, I'm not a lawyer. I just play one on TV.
Do it. Yeah, but as of if while we're waiting for the questions, this month has been really good, especially announcements. Nintendo's just been really doing well. as of lately. Like, this is going to be a good track record on them, unlike what the Wii U has done in the past.
Oh,
the one thing I really like about Nintendo is that they're really bringing out the chocolate.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Bitch.
Took you a couple seconds to realize that, but no, seriously, I realized that a lot of the games that they're releasing, like Splatoon 2, I think it's Marin. That's her name.
Marina.
Yes.
Marina. Fuck. What's the chick's Twin Tails?
Pearl.
Or Twin Tail, yeah.
Twin Tails. No, not Pearl. No.
Hey, I think Pearl's adorable.
Yeah, she's great.
She looks like a rat. She looks like a rat.
She's an evil little girl, but people will grow to like her though. That's how I look at it. Of course, I'll choose Marina.
What is it like? If I hold her in my hands, she'll start scratching me like a rat. But then later on, I'll appreciate her scratches. Is it that type of relationship, Gal?
If it's chocolate, then it'll probably melt in your hands eventually.
That's very true. Yeah.
Okay, here's a good question. Best Nintendo waifu. Go.
Oh boy.
Oh shoot.
Marina. I'll go with Marina with this one. I'll be
honest.
All right.
Oh, should I have to think about that? It's not a company I actually would.
Yeah, because with most of their Splatoon, with most of Nintendo's properties, it's the Splatoon market that I'm mostly on top of the most.
I think Breath of the Wild probably got this one nailed. I'd have a hard time picking one specific. Like, it's got a fair selection. So.
Oh yeah, there is
Lana.
Girl on the truck.
I had to think about it. For Hyrule Warriors.
That's not. I can't wait for that game to come out. Actually, holy crap.
I played a little bit Breath of the Wild, but it's all the Gerudo people, all of them.
Yeah, Urbosa's pretty fantastic.
Yeah. Box, are you going to join us? Box?
This is usually not my topic.
Hey, Box.
Come on.
You're playing Splatoon, so just say Marina.
No.
Fucking do it. Just shut the fuck up and just do it.
Choose
Marina, goddamn it!
I love Isabelle from Animal Crossing. She's the best.
Yeah, she's such a cute.
Adorable.
She's adorable.
She tries her best. She's
the best. She's cute and she tries hard.
Yeah. I
can't ask for more.
Oh, yeah, we got some questions now.
Okay, so let's see. Next question.
I like this one. Have you played Quake? And if not, what is your favorite RPG game? To answer that, yes, I have played Quake. Next question.
Yeah, Quake's great. Quake's awesome. There's an awesome version of Quake that someone adapted to the Wii. If you've got a hacked Wii,
I tried that.
It uses pointer controls and everything. Really, really fantastic. Actually, definitely a version of Quake I would recommend if you've never tried it before.
That was the first thing I tried with Homebrew Channel.
So let me answer the question. No, and Persona 5.
Oh,
yeah, there you go.
Wait, we got a good one here.
What's
so, would you like an Arc System, Nintendo, and Sega crossover game?
Oh, like if Arc System works to the Sega crossover, Sega Nintendo crossover,
like a Nintendo crossover game, Nintendo Sega crossover game featuring Arc System, done by Arc Systems.
The majority of Nintendo's characters I couldn't see working in that art style.
Yeah.
The only
thing
outside of like Link and Samus.
I don't think that's a given.
Yeah. Well, another thing to add, if you think about it, that it could possibly be a situation because one, remember, the guy who's making Smash, he's done. They're gonna have to find someone else who's going to milk the Smash Brothers series. So that means another company who is familiar with his work and try to imitate it or make a nice spaz to the gameplay of Smash. If they were to go similar to that, where they bring in Sega and other characters from different properties, at that point, because again, the one for the Wii U is going to be quote unquote his last Smash game that he's going to work on.
But he says that every time. I mean,
he does.
Just like Hideo Kojima until Konami kicked him off, and then MGS5 was his last game. Hopefully, that won't be the same for Nintendo.
Well, like it is. I mean, the Switch is out, and they haven't announced anything Smash even for a bit. If they thought of bringing it over, porting it, or make a completely new Smash game already, which would be a big surprise in its own right, then, it's really up to them. I can wait.
Honestly, I feel like it'd be more beneficial if they made a Smash 5 and just waited 2 or 3 more years.
Yeah, that would be a good idea.
On the question though, like I'd be down for anything Arc System Works does. Like,
oh hell yeah.
if they've got a project in mind, I'd like to see what their ambition is for it. They're a talented group, and everything they put out is always interesting in its own way. So
I want to see more of them just experimenting with their Zerd concept. Like Guilty Gear Zerd was good. Now they're putting it on Dragon Ball. What's next? What other game would do the same thing? I mean, it's actually wait, hold the thought. Is it me or do you know about the Little Witch Academia game for the PS4, right?
Yeah, it's not made with the same framework.
It felt like it though. I don't know why.
Aesthetically, it's very similar. Yeah,
I think they use the same trick of using 3D models for in a 2-dimensional scale.
Yeah. That's what I thought. I was like, I would like that they will make they'll make more of that though. I mean, like just making it like 3D but 2D type of style games. That means all anime games would actually be a lot more proficient that way, and it could still keep it to its original form instead of making it all like 3D and stuff.
Well,
really good.
Arc System Works, specifically the couple of people who built their graphics pipeline for the characters. They had a great GDC talk. If you're ever interested, it's about an hour long, just about how they achieved the look. And it's all just done with like aggressive custom normals and stuff like that. So, they have shared their technology, or at least how they achieved it, pretty publicly. So if any company wants to try to replicate that, it's, balls in their court at this point. And yeah, Namco definitely seems like they're kind of on point for the Little Witch Academia game, because it does have a similar aesthetic to it. So
they one of the booths, surprisingly enough, had a demo of the game of Little Witch Academia, which I play. Oh my god, that game was pretty alright. I like the concept. I like the idea. It's the fact that it's Little Witch Academia and it's Trigger's first ever game, like technically speaking, like series into a game. I don't think I've heard any other series that this guy, other than what, Evangelion. No.
That's not Trigger anyway. So.
That's not Trigger anyways. Well, we're talking about like, if it's thinking like Gainax at all, yeah, maybe Evangelion. But Trigger having its own game, it's the Little Witch Academia series, which was starting off as like, a project, then a Kickstarter, then later a series, and now a game. Like, wow, that's really successful, and the anime is great. Oh god, I'm rewatching it again.
Ah, man, I've been having a hard time trying to finish an anime. Like. I remember watching Little Witch Academia a few weeks ago. Like, I managed to watch the first 13 episodes on Netflix. Then I want to watch the other remaining episodes, but Netflix doesn't have it.
Really?
The last time I checked, they don't.
Yeah, the second half's going up later. Nobody really knows why, but
what the fuck? Are you kidding? Oh,
I'm not kidding. They only have the first 13 episodes, and I'm wondering to myself.
They forgot to dub the rest of the episodes? Is that what they're going at here?
I don't know, but it just seemed
Netflix can't anime.
Oh,
okay.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's right. I have a question to you guys, and then we'll choose the last question. What do you guys think of Anime Strike? Have you guys heard about Anime Strike?
An Amazon?
Yeah, the Amazon subdivision. So, in case no one really knows, Anime Strike is Amazon's equivalent of Crunchyroll, except that you can only access it through Amazon Prime, which isn't really the problem, but you have to pay $5 extra every month to access that service.
Yeah, it's a subscription on top of Amazon. I like Amazon Prime a lot. I'm glad that in Canada, right, Anime Strike, all the videos are just automatically in on Amazon Prime Video, but yeah, not really too keen on how it's like a service on top of a service. Yeah. It's not expensive, but nonetheless, not too keen on that. So
it's completely stupid.
Yeah, unlike
sorry,
unlike from the last stream, your mic. Unlike from the last podcast, I was the idea that I want to have a company that simulcasts or at least like streams legally my anime is strictly because I want the convenience. Having too many of these companies trying to like dog eat, like grab other series so you can watch it on their site just makes it too much inconvenience for me. I mean, like, I want a company that's not like, oh, exclusive stuff. No, not exclusive crap. Just give me everything in the convenience of my own phone or something, or my TV or my Switch. I'm waiting for that, by the way.
Well, the thing that...
You're saying you just want one company to do it all, then?
Well, I mean, it doesn't have to be one company. I mean, I think it can be like multiple companies who have like, oh yeah, we have the multicast streaming rights. So like different people still streaming the same amount, but it depends on which one's offering better, you know? Instead of just like, oh, because we have exclusive this and that, one little thing that the only way we can watch it is through them, which again, even that by its own.
So you're saying you want everybody to have everything? Like by its nature, there are gonna be exclusive things because not everyone's gonna want to sign everything.
The best way to put it is like the Call of Duty is like, would you want to play in the PS3 or you want to play in the 360? That's what I'm getting at here.
Sure, but there's like 40 Call of Duties every 12 weeks in this instance, you know.
Yeah.
By its nature, some of them are going to end up exclusive. Yeah. Like, I don't get me wrong. I'm sure Crunchyroll would have liked to sign Welcome to the Ballroom as well. But on the other hand, like some of the junk series, like there's no way multiple groups would have all wanted to grab it. So I think it's unfortunate. You know, like I would also love to have one streaming service that had them all. But you know, as for me, as long as money is getting put in the creators' pockets and I can legitimately purchase anime now instead of how it used to be where it was like I had to pirate everything, I'm happy enough with that, I guess.
Well, well, for me, I'm personally okay with the idea of certain anime sites have certain anime sites having certain animes because that will make things more competitive. It's basically like grabbing Crunchyroll, Netflix, Anime Strike, and like Coliseum and having them fight to the death and trying to appease the customers. Like to me, I'm perfectly okay with the idea of having a certain sites having certain anime because it will make things competitive and makes the other companies try to appease the consumer more. Well, I'm against, like when I first heard about Anime Strike, that what they did was just, to me, is just one of the most scumbaggy things that a service like that could ever do. Like, why do you think having a subscription on top of another subscription is a good idea? What are there actual costs to this that we're missing? Like,
the only thing I can think of logically is when Amazon went to a monthly subscription as opposed to a yearly one with the option to choose. I guess they thought, well, you know, if people are only paying $10 a month for just the Amazon Prime stuff, what's another $5 more for something else that not all the consumers want, but we can charge certain consumers more. That's the only way I can think of why they would do that.
Yeah, I mean, there's probably like at least one or two staffers working specifically on Anime Strike. So, but nonetheless, I do wish that there didn't have to be another like fee on top of it. Thankfully, it's a tiny fee, but nonetheless, it would have been nice if my Amazon Prime would just cover that by default.
Yeah,
you know,
you would think you would think the logical thing was to include Anime Strike on top of Prime, and then just have the $5 service as like a separate service. That would be the most logical thing to do, unless there's extra costs that we're not seeing that Amazon knows.
Yeah, well, I think in that regard, they do to push subscriptions for Amazon Prime. You know, like if they offered it standalone, like it'd be a great value proposition. $5, like that would beat out the competition easily. But I do think they want to push Prime subs at the same time.
Right.
I fully expect it to be a separate own thing eventually, though.
Yeah, that's what I think as well. I mean, from what I heard, Anime Strike has like a good catalog. Like they have, if I remember correctly, they have Recreators, which I really want to finish watching, but I can't find any legal streaming sites showing the anime. And I think they're showing. I cannot pronounce this name. I cannot pronounce I cannot pronounce this anime. It's a gambling anime.
The gambling one, I forgot its name too.
Yeah,
yeah, that's on Netflix. No, it was on Netflix. I think.
Is it on Netflix?
I can't fucking remember who has it.
But
might have been Amazon. I don't know.
Well,
like Amazon Strike.
Either way, it's not up. Yeah.
Yeah, like Anime Strike has like good anime on there. It's just that I feel like if they get rid of that restriction, they could honestly be a good competitor to Crunchyroll. Yeah, but again, honestly, I suspect them getting rid of it like probably in the near future because they get a lot of flack for it. So
yeah, I wouldn't be too shocked if they folded it into the regular Amazon Prime sub. I would be really happy with that too. I mean, the Amazon Prime still not cheap. It is an expensive subscription service, and you get like a million benefits with it, but like it's not cheap. It's not the, what is it, 12 bucks a month that. Wait, Netflix is $12 a month, isn't it, or something like that?
Netflix, yeah, $12 a month.
Oh well, then never mind. Amazon's totally comparable because Amazon's like $100 a year.
Right.
So it's
Or
actually
if you're a student,
Yep.
it's $50 a year.
Oh, that's true. Amazon Prime does have a student thing.
And
Actually, shit. What now that we put it expensive.
And if you really think about it, like it also includes the other benefits where you can like give literally free money to like Twitch like subscribers.
Yeah, you get your free Twitch sub. Well, my not that I'm shilling the service. They don't sponsor me, but boy, do I wish they did. But I really dig the discounts on new games because I stream games and shit, and getting 20% off each one is fucking nice. So
Wait, you're not Amazon affiliate?
No. Well, I mean, I could put the affiliate links and shit, but I mean, I'd love to have a real sponsorship.
Right.
Yeah, let's see. 12 months of Crunchyroll is $60. I think that's US. So yeah, the prices are actually a little more comparable than I had thought.
And with Crunchyroll,
Amazon is still a bit more expensive.
With Crunchyroll, they have nearly a lot more selections in both the simulcast and old stuff. Like they're killing the market. They're killing the market even more, especially since the Funimation collaboration. Now that they finally decided, it's like, okay, let's just work together and stop being assholes amongst each other. Way before then, when Funimation just had their Funimation stuff. So like, again, most of these services gotta get their game up by actually having the same number of stuff that Crunchyroll offers and more with the simulcast. So that way, I'll be a lot more impressed to even use their services and think differently. Like Daisuke.net was very close to a contender, even though technically that's free, because they've been doing the same thing. But other than that, yeah, like,
honestly, like my over under is like I'm not too unhappy with the status quo as far as like anime streaming goes, because it's, I mean, not that things can't be better, obviously, but things are like a billion times better than they were 10 years ago.
Oh yeah,
like, 10 years ago it was like, you want to put money in anime creators' pocket, you have to import DVDs and they're like ridiculous expensive, and even then like a lot of your money isn't getting across, whereas like now, like if you want to watch one show, you can sub to any of these services for a month, watch the one show and then cancel out or whatever. Like it's like legally watching anime is less expensive than it's ever been. And that's something I'm super down with. And even Amazon Prime, like you can cancel a sub part way and get like a bunch of Amazon credit. Like they're really good with that. So I think for people, for the like, as it usually is with these kinds of things, for the core consumer, it's the biggest quote unquote problem, because now like we're looking at, well, we got to have Crunchyroll, we got to have Netflix, we got to have Amazon Prime, and it adds up. But for like a less core consumer, it's like it's really friendly to watch anime nowadays, actually. Like it's nice. And again, like I have a fair amount of disposable income, so I don't speak for everyone, of course, but I don't mind the little fees, as long as I know now that anime creators are getting paid. Whereas, you know, when I did pirate stuff, because that was kind of a necessity, you know, there was nothing getting back. So
like it is for me. I'm all happy just having my Crunchyroll subscription, because that's all I really need, unless there's like one show particular, then like, oh crud. And Boku no Hero Academia is there, so it's like,
yes,
yeah, fuck yeah, I'm definitely keeping my Crunchyroll subscription. You know, I don't need the Funimation one just for that.
No, sure, yeah. I got it. Me and my girlfriend go for a month to watch the Danganronpa anime, and we were like, yeah, that was good. We, you know, they got the money. Some of that money made it back to the guys who made the anime, and we got to watch it. And it was like, you know, we didn't need to get a year's sub or anything like that. So it was like, you know, that's fine.
Totally fine with me, yeah.
All right. So the last question, and I think someone from Chat Axis, personal game of the year. We'll start with you, Liam.
Right now, I don't really feel like it's a contest. Again, this is just my opinion, of course, but I feel like Nier Automata is kind of like far and away first place for me. If I had to pick second and thirds to justify why I like Nier Automata so much, I would pick Breath of the Wild, which is obviously like a fantastic take on open world games. It brings in a lot of fresh ideas and executes them extremely well, although it kind of falters in the story department a little bit. I've still played that for over 100 hours, which is probably more than I played Nier Automata for. And it's a wonderful game. And my third pick would probably be Resident Evil 7, just because of how fucking quality it is, and the VR experience is like immaculate. But in regards to why I think Nier is a better game and why I think it transcends those, I don't want to spoil anything, but if you haven't played Nier Automata, it's just such an extended collection of wild and unhinged and uninhibited ideas executed like almost flawlessly. And it just continues to shock and excite at every turn. It's just a wonderful game, and there's really there isn't another game quite like it at all. Period. I feel like in the context of Nier Automata, like all the other games that came out this year are still using training wheels. Like Nier Automata is such a game for gamers. Because it requires like a deeper meta understanding of games to fully appreciate why it's a good game. And going into that immediately gets in. If you've played the game through, I think you'll understand what I mean by how it's like it's a game for gamers. It's a lot more meta. It's a lot less straightforward. But it really delivers on all front. The music is incredible. The gameplay is fantastic. You know, not the best gameplay Platinum's delivered, but it's still really good. The world is beautiful. The art in general is like super top notch. And then the story is, you know, once again really interesting, and also like it's challenging. Not like difficult to understand, but like the ideas it presents and the themes it discusses are like they're genuinely challenging intellectually. Like it's a game that expects a lot of you, and if you're able to rise to that challenge in a lot of ways, I think you'll find something real deep to chew on. Yeah, I don't know if you can chew on deep things. That was kind of a weird sentence, but it's I don't know. I feel like it's kind of untouchable this year for me. I wouldn't fight anyone who said they preferred Breath of the Wild or Persona 5 or Horizon Zero Dawn, because they're all amazing games. This has been a really sterling year, and it's going to go on with Mario Odyssey and other titles. But yeah, for me, bearing in mind I'm a total Yoko Taro mark and Platinum as well, that for me is kind of untouchable.
See, be glad you don't work for my website, because then we would have to fight when we pick Game of the Year at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Another thing, two things to ask. Like, I do have a game. It's just, I need to get off the mindset that I don't need to play the first Nier so I understand the second one.
You don't need to play the first Nier.
I'm trying to get that out of my mind. It's like
pretend it doesn't exist.
Okay.
Gal, the next time that comes to your head, just pit yourself on your desk. Keep telling yourself, I don't need to play the first Nier game. I don't need to play the first Nier game.
It'll come to PC eventually anyway, though.
Yeah. I mean,
wait, Nier Automata is on PC already.
No, the first Nier.
Oh, yeah, that's totally coming to the PC eventually.
All right. I mean, it's just that, like, it's doing the plastic. I'm sorry. It's doing the
For shame, Gal. For shame, Gal.
Nice.
I know, it's just like, it's my mind of like, I will not understand until the first, goddammit.
Yeah.
It's just my...
You'll be fine, dude.
Okay.
I would say really play the first one, honestly. Like, you get a lot more.
It didn't help.
All right, let's go.
No, but I'd rather you wait and play the first one, because you'll get a better experience out of it.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's go to Box now. Box, what's your favorite personal game of the year thus far?
Pass.
Ah!
No, you gotta commit. You gotta commit.
Gotta commit, man.
The problem is I forget what games came out this year.
Well, what game did you play this year that you enjoyed, at least?
I've been playing GTA San Andreas recently.
Well, there you go. You've gone back in time.
GTA San Andreas Game of the Year of 2017.
Yeah, there you go.
All right,
let's stick with that.
All right, let's go to Gamma. Gamma, what's your game of the year thus far?
That's a tough one for me. It's a tie between Persona 5 and Yakuza 0. It's Persona 5 for me. It's just, like I mentioned in my
Yeah.
Fox, I know. Fox.
I know what's going on!
Mute him.
Okay, that's
Help!
Let's mute him.
Okay.
Mute him.
Yeah, that's nasty.
But the thing about Persona 5, like I mentioned in my review, it's just that everything about the game just hits me in all the right places. It's like, it's a perfect...
Just
no.
mute him.
It's it's a perfect mix of gameplay, music, design, and storytelling. It just meshes together to be just this awesome game that I just can't find the right words to express how much I love it. And if Yakuza 0 is just awesome action, a great mob story, and just so much you can do, and I just can't wait for Kiwami to come out next month.
Gotcha.
All right, Gal, what's your favorite game of the year?
Look, my bias is going to be out there, especially for me, but Splatoon 2 is just... both story, multiplayer, as a game concept in its own right, has just taken over for me, as it already did for the first one, but they really did a lot for this game. And I know it just came out, but it's game of the year for me all the way right now. I mean, all the other games are great. Crash Bandicoot, great. When I play Nier Automata, I'll definitely see the best parts about it, but as it is, Splatoon has shown itself to grow an audience, grow a fan base, a very not as bad fan base if you think about it, and it has a lot of. All right, we're good. As it is for Splatoon, for me, it's just Nintendo made an IP, an original IP, and they did it right. It got me sucked in, and I feel like it deserves the game of the year, even though it's still the sequel. That's how I look at it, you know. So that's there you go. Speaking as the one who does Splatoon content all the time, what do you expect?
That's
that is nominated for our site's one of our Game of the Year awards, at least.
Multiplayer for certain Game of the Year.
At least on our website, it's nominated for Shooter of the Year and Multiplayer Game of the Year.
Yeah. Because
we give it I gave it a 9. So.
I mean, like, for one thing I could say is that the story, it made up for it, but it is a build up that you need to know the first game about just to understand this one more. If anything, not just know the first game, but like live through that 1 year of the first game to really appreciate the second game story. That's how I look at it, at least. You know, because of all the Splatfest and what you did in the story mode and knowing Callie and Marie as a character, especially. But that's the best way I can put it. But that's my personal opinion. I consider it Game of the Year, especially since it came out, because, like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. It's the game that improves upon the formula like it was before. I know that there was one reviewer that said that it's good that they didn't change anything and they add more to it, but there is potential to have much, much more for the game. So I'm looking forward to either patches, DLCs, or what they can do with the properties for, like, the longest time.
All right.
There you go.
Splatoon 3 will be hype.
Oh, I'm gonna die.
All right. For me, Game of the Year, Persona 5 thus far for me. The problem... So I streamed both Breath of the Wild and Nier Automata. Breath of the Wild, yes, I agree that I do like the open world aspect of it, but the problem with that game that annoyed the living hell out of me was the whole durability system. For me, the durability thing just made the experience kind of annoying for me. It was just a very annoying experience. And that's why, if you're on Twitch, that's why I haven't streamed the game, because I'm just tired of the durability system. Like, and another thing about Breath of the Wild for me is that a lot of the problems in Breath of the Wild is on the same level as MGS5. Fun gameplay, but the story is kind of left hanging for the most part.
Yep, that was me.
Nier Automata, again, has some great story, great music, and to be honest, it was kind of tough between choosing that and Persona 5. I'm not gonna lie, it's like both of them are like tied for me. But for me, Persona 5 is my favorite, is my game of the year thus far. Now, this could change, but from looking at the lineup for the rest of the year, I think it's not really going to change that much.
Persona, for me, it seems like only Mario Odyssey is really.
No, guys, Mario Rabbids will be the game that contests.
Maybe
the XCOM Mario game.
Yep. But one of the reasons why I like Persona 5, I like the story. I played Persona 4, but didn't really get too invested in it. But for Persona 5, even though the character is silent and whatever you do for the character is your actions, I kind of felt sorry for him. Like, I won't go into spoilers, but I felt more sympathetic towards the stuff that happened with the P5 protagonist. I like all the characters, even the not so good ones. I like Makoto, best waifu, best girl, my man.
Mark, do we need to have this conversation again?
What?
Don't worry about it.
Wait, what? What, Mark? You disagree with Makoto as best girl?
You know, he just needs to have that. He just needs to have a seat over there. That's all.
What? Do we have to have this talk, Mark? Do we have to sit down, Mark?
Listen here, all right? Tech genius, Futaba, all the fucking way.
Chris
Go
Hansen.
outta here.
I'm not
Get
into.
outta here.
I'm not into dating the Splatoon girl, Mark. I'm not.
Shut your mouth.
I don't want to date my sister.
Shut your goddamn mouth.
But I like. Anyway, I like the characters. I'm not really. Prior to the Neptunian games, I'm not really too keen on turn-based RPGs. But for the battle system in Persona 5, I really liked the battle system. It was like pretty straightforward to get into.
Should play mainline SMT next.
Oh man, one of my friends been telling me to do that as well. Maybe
Another thing, here's my 2 cents with it. I love Persona 5 as well, but I feel like more should be added. Much, much more.
Persona 5 Crimson.
I hope so. Like, again, I feel like I think I went through the game already, and I managed to get through a majority of the secrets, I believe, but I feel like there should be more. I feel like there should have been more. So hope for the best for DLC, hope for the best for patch, or they might even expand upon it with a possible side sequel or something. I don't know. They could do that at one point. I wouldn't mind that at all.
But,
something like... Go ahead.
But yeah, what about Persona 5 Dancing All Night, or Persona 5 Arena, or Persona 5 Ruby?
Yes. You think I'll get mad at that? No, I'll take it. I'll take it because it expands on the lore, just like they're still expanding on Persona 3. Can you read me the toe back, goddammit? Anyways.
I'm sorry, Gal, but Minelda will always be a door.
God damn it! Okay, go ahead.
Alright, so I think that's about it.
Yep.
So, before we wrap up the podcast, I want to take some time to ask everyone what they're doing in August. Let's start with you, Gal.
Well, great. Even though I just said I was coming back for doing videos on my channel, I will be kind of off, missing in action again, because I have to go back to my country in the Philippines. For family reasons. Well, I'll still be doing work, don't get me wrong. I can edit with my laptop if I have to. It's just that... traveling again, even just coming back from my own vacation to a family vacation. So, sandwiching these times I have here in July, so you got me in the perfect time right now, actually. And then on August 8th, down to the 29th, I'll be gone. But that doesn't mean I'll still try to work on something, but that does mean streams are going to be, again, delayed by the time I get to the Philippines. So, yeah, on my end.
Nice. All right, let's see if it's safe to let Box talk now. Box? Oh, you safe?
Okay, okay.
All right.
Okay,
Get
so
him out of quarantine.
All right, Fox, what are you doing in August, man?
Fixing my microphone, hopefully.
Talk to me, man. We'll hook you up.
Alright, yeah. Gotta figure something out on that end, I think.
Yep.
Other than that, I still have some Freddy Fish games to play along with some putt-putt.
Yeah!
Yeah! Yeah.
That company's fucking dope. That Humongous Games.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're fucking.
But they can't make. But they can't afford to make any new games.
Oh, it's a shame.
Yeah.
It's a darn shame.
Yeah.
Recently, during the sale, I was gifted the entire Freddy Fish series.
Oh damn,
So-
that's
Nice.
five games or something.
Seven.
Yeah,
Seven? Holy shit.
There's
So
like four,
I have a lot to keep myself busy with, apparently.
yeah, like
Nice.
4 Spy Fox, 7 Freddy Fish, 6 Putt Putts, and 5 Pajama Sams.
Goddamn.
Wow.
Jesus.
Is Fatty Bear on Steam or?
Yeah,
I
it
don't
is.
know. Yeah, well,
It is.
shit.
I think Humongous doesn't own that one anymore, though.
Oh no, huh?
No, they sold that in Backyard Sports.
It's still listed in their complete pack, however.
Hmm.
All right, Gamma.
Wow.
Gamma, what are you doing in August, man?
For me, it's just enjoying my last month of summer vacation, and I'm going to be working on some other projects on YouTube. Going to be doing a Let's Play of Hey Pikmin, so just got finished recording all of that, and I'll finally have an entire Let's Play pre-recorded before it gets started, so I'm happy about that.
Nice,
But aside
nice.
of that, not much. A few reviews towards the end of the month, and just getting ready to go back to school.
All right, cool. And Liam, what you doing in August, man?
Probably more of the same, honestly. Streaming shit, playing games, working on stuff. Definitely a couple game highlights that stick out to me. Hellblade is finally coming out. Ninja Theory action game. Sonic Mania, of course. Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle, which actually looks super legit. So I'm very keen to play that. Life is Strange starting up again, and probably also going to check out Uncharted: The Lost Legacy because I do enjoy the Uncharted games once a year. That's not a bad thing to play. So
yeah, nice.
And I'm super down for like a 5-hour Uncharted game as well.
What's your?
I stream at Rising Super Stream on Twitch. Yeah, that's the place.
Feel free
I guess I'm just gonna prepare for Knack 2's release date, which is in September. But I gotta get ready because I'm gonna get knacked.
Nice.
You got a real knack for these jokes, son.
Yeah.
Oh snap!
There's the noose. I'm gonna take the noose right now.
See you guys.
Nice.
Thank you.
But okay, for me, I'm going on hiatus. Well, after August 4th, I'll be going on hiatus, but I will be active on Twitch. In fact, August 5th, I'll be streaming. I'll be doing a Player Underground Battlegrounds.
Bruh.
Yeah, but that game, I keep messing up the name.
Player Unknown Battlegrounds.
Player Unknown Battlegrounds. Thank you.
I just call it PUBG.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm playing that with my patrons. I know one of my patrons been asking me to play that game, so I'm gonna play that with my patrons. But yeah, I'll be doing mostly streaming. I'll be streaming a couple of my projects like the Maze of Life AMV. I might finally beat Persona 5 during the hiatus. I'm debating on whether or not I want to go Otakon. I'm really debating on that. Otakon, yeah. It's in Washington, D.C. this year, and it's only like a 2-hour drive for me.
I would recommend it. It's one of the bigger cons next to Anime Expo, especially in the east side.
Yeah, but the thing is that I'm completely new to this whole YouTube platform. Hate
to cut you off, but I gotta head out now after leave for work.
All right then. All right, Gamma.
All right. See you guys next time. I have to go do my corporate shilling.
All
Take
right,
care, dude.
Take care, Dan.
Say hi to the corporate overlords.
I will.
Bye.
Bye.
Saying die?
Yeah, but the thing is that I'm new to this whole YouTuber thing, and just going to like a convention as like a YouTuber is still kind of a new experience for me. I'm just afraid that I'll pull out my YouTube Creators app while I'm waiting in line, and one person behind me is like, "Oh, you're Dai. I hate your stuff. I'm gonna beat you up for it." It's just people can be crazy these days.
Dai, the best way you can put it is that just be yourself. Being any parts from either you have like a legacy badge or a regular pass, it's no different than just a regular person enjoying themselves in the con once they recognize you and stuff, you know? So you will be fine. As long as you actually have the main purpose of going to conventions, a few times when I was in Anime Expo, I get like a couple, maybe a few people that just want to hey, take a picture, or hey, I know you type of thing. But luckily enough, some people do know how to respect their time. I don't know about you, but Anime Expo has been staff-wise in Anime Expo, bad. But people-wise, people have been a lot more understanding and not as toxic. In the best way I could put it, at least from my experience. So I would think Otakon would have the same policies too. So no one's going to really bother you for anything stupid, unless you're going to VidCon. That's where you get fucked up.
Yeah.
See, Otakon is a lot more nicer with nicer people. VidCon, no. Oh, the boss is calling.
Yeah,
but that's how I can put it for you, Dai. So rest easy if you ever go to Otakon, because you're gonna just have fun a lot with a lot of anime fans than it is YouTube fans, particularly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. So I'm doing that, and let's see. Then that's about it. Just streaming, trying to beat Persona 5, and then possibly going Otakon. I'm still up in the air about that.
Have you been to a convention at all?
I've been to tons of conventions. I've been to Anime Boston. I've been to ConnectiCon, actually. In fact, I like ConnectiCon a lot more than Anime Boston, to be honest.
Whoa, you were at Anime Boston? Dude, I was there.
No, I went there 2 years ago. This was prior to the YouTubing thing, but I went to Anime Boston back around 2015, if I remember correctly.
All right.
And what's funny was I went to ConnectCon the same year, and I actually remember liking ConnectCon a lot more than Anime Boston. What was funny was ConnectCon was actually the first major anime convention I went to. Like, I went to smaller conventions prior, but ConnectCon was the first big convention I've been to. I even remember watching Lil Karibo's premiere of Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge, like the newest episode at the time. But yeah, that's just what I'm doing.
All right. But hey, if you ever go to Otakon, that'll be like, again, if you think ConnectCon is probably the biggest, Otakon is also right next to it too. So you'll be definitely overwhelmed with like a lot of people there. It's really nice.
Right. Right. I'll just probably wear a mask, like maybe a John Cena mask, right, Liam?
Yeah. I've still got it around, man. It exists.
Nice.
Did you bring the cookies?
I do. I always do nowadays.
Okay,
You make these kinds of mistake once, you see, and then you fulfill them every time after that.
Good.
So.
You brought the cookies. Then
I have so many fucking stale cookies now. I can't deal.
God
Wait,
damn it!
What type of cookies are they? Are they Oreos?
They're stale as fuck. You can't eat them.
Damn.
Most of them
But
are Oreos.
no, it doesn't matter. Are they Oreos?
Most of them are Oreos.
Okay, that's good.
That means they're just more chewy. That's it.
All right.
Chewy Oreos. Okay.
And all right, and that's it. Again, the podcast is now on iTunes and Stitcher, so please be sure to listen to us there. I want to thank
everybody for coming by.
I want to thank my host, GaoGaiKingTheGreatVA.
Yep.
Gammalad. Right now, he's appeasing
Rest
his
in peace, Gammalad.
Yes,
Rest in peace.
his corporate overlords has taken him.
Yes.
Box.
Mm-hmm.
And
Well,
I want to.
he's still in purgatory, isn't he?
Everyone's dead. Damn it! Damn it!
It's all right.
This must be the work of the Patriots.
No.
Okay. And I also want to thank Liam for guest starring in today's podcast. It's been awesome, man.
Again, thanks so much for having me on. It was seriously super nice of you to invite.
Yeah,
Yep.
dude, it's been a pleasure, man.
Yeah.
Well, I had a good time. It was a pleasure for me too. So thank you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well,
Thank
that's
you, everybody, for coming by the stream, answering questions, and all that. Hope
Yep.
to see you guys in the next live podcast, right?
Yep. Well, that's it. Thank you guys for listening, and I hope you have a wonderful day and night. See ya.
Psh.